Before we start this video, I'd just like to confirm the next guide will be on AD Kassadin, despite anything I would have said in the comments, because new update has happened, Tyr is buffed, and now he's totally viable again in my eyes. If you haven't started following me on Twitter yet, please do so now because I'm going to be posting there more often, and with no further delays, please enjoy the video. Alright baby, we back once a motherfucking again. I got that 7 whatever the fuck patched AD Kassadin my way. And fucking hell, it's been a long time since we've done one, and before I get demonetized for that language. Right, so if you aren't familiar with the channel, this is an AD Kassadin style of play using Tyr of the Goddess, Muramana. You use a WAA reset, which also applies it twice, and then you got a lot of burst while being really freaking tanky. Now this Teemo, you can see in the chat there, he says remake, because they apparently have an AFK. They don't have an AFK, it's just some sneaky ass bullshit. And I don't know if you can tell, but this is going to be one heck of a lane. By that I mean I'm playing AD Kassadin, I've got no AP to power up that Q, I could have went for it, and I have a terrible laning phase against Teemo. It's just constant harass, constant having to fuck off back. Corrupting Potion sustains me long enough to get some XP, but not enough to get any good CS, and overall the lane is awful. But this game is also full of mistakes, and we all make mistakes, that's completely fine. The first mistake was my rush. I decided to use Abyssal Mask as a rush because that's like the magic resistant item I always take. For some reason I decided not to use Adaptive Helm, which would have just screwed Teemo over for this laning phase, and he wouldn't be able to hurt me anymore. There would be so much less damage from, I believe, Liandry's. I don't know if it works against Liandry's, but it will work against his poison, his mushrooms. I don't know if it works against Deathfire Touch, but you get the idea. It would have been a much better pick than Abyssal Mask, and I should have chosen that against Teemo. So if you're ever up in that situation, just take the Abyssal Mask, it fucks him over. Decently, anyway. I do buy it late game and double stack that MR because Teemo gets pretty damn fed. He might be the best player on the enemy team. Most of this we're just going to zoom through because it's a lot of boring, just laning. I occasionally last hit with Q. You can see my CS is below half of Teemo's, and I have to keep recalling, using my TP. I get my Tyr. I've already TP'd once because the lane was just so fucking harsh. I've got Exhaust TP, that's pretty standard from me. Would Flash be any different? Not really. Would anything else be very good? Not really. Exhaust is probably one of the better things. Now, when Ave comes in for a gank, because I do ask for a gank pretty early on because I just can't farm against Teemo, it goes pretty bad because I go in a bit too soon and she takes a shroom, meaning that she slows down and we're kind of uncoordinated. And that's my fault. I'm not going to blame Evelyn. What I can blame on Evelyn is when she gets really fucking toxic later on. Probably not going to see that because it's team chat, but oh well. Anyway, some more boring laning. Now what's different? I mentioned in an early yeah, you don't need to see that. You can see what happened there. So what's different about patch 720 and why am I playing AD Kassadin again? Even though just the other week I commented saying AD Kassadin's not viable in this fast as fuck meta. What changed is Tyr and manamune charge way faster now. I don't know when manamune gave 5 mana as opposed to Tyr's 4, but that's a good thing to know. Moreover, the fact that it's 3 charges every 12 seconds rather than 2 charges every 8 seconds actually is a massive difference for anyone who constantly gets gated by that limit. So this is a huge buff for someone like Karthus, especially when you take an early Seraphs. This is a huge change for anyone who's got spammy abilities. It would be a massive change for anyone who auto-attacks who uses Muramana, which is why getting manamune earlier gets a decently faster manamune. Like, you'll be looking at 20 minutes rather than about 23 minutes, which is when I get it in this game. So again, if you're unfamiliar with the whole AD Kassadin thing, I'll go through it now. You use Muramana, a fuck ton of mana items which tend to be defensive, like Iceborne Gauntlet, Frozen Heart, Abyssal Mask, and that gives you a lot of power on your single target abilities like your Q and your W. For your W it counts as both a single target ability and an auto attack, so it applies Muramana twice. Applying Muramana twice is actually applying it thrice because you're using it as an auto attack reset, so you go auto attack, then as soon as that auto attack hits you press W and you get 3 procs in one, and then you use Q to get another proc in. Now there was a little scuffle when bot, and we're just going to clean up that bard. You can see already what's about to happen. Well, boom. again, not clean because I cancelled my auto attack with a Q. And that's something I keep doing lately because I haven't been playing Kassadin so much. I probably need to go into like a practice game and literally just practice my combo. Safe laning against Teemo, I rushed a Negatron, but even then, he's got like Magic Pen, he's gonna do damage despite that, it doesn't really matter. Apologies if you can hear the fucking wind outside, it's pretty fucking windy around here. That's another gank, and this one goes even worse because there's shrooms everywhere. I don't know why I tried to go in, and she's gonna take a shroom and then get wrecked. This is when Evelyn starts to get a bit salty at me. But that's fine. I mean, it's okay, we are losing the lane, but that's like, in the day of a life of a Kassadin, that's pretty fucking normal. Teemo gets a lot of pressure there. It was really good that I went for that gank. I meant I get a bit more gold. I get more stuff that I'm simply not going to get in mid lane because of Teemo. If your lane is too, if you can't get anything from your lane because the enemy laner, go to another lane. Go claim someone else's life. That's like a really good tactic whenever you find like you're in the shit. And also, literally anything is better than death. There's no point dying for like 1 CS. That's why I'm always at the back. That's why my CS is almost, almost half of Teemo's, just over it. I do some would-be roam there, but Lee Sin kind of already deals with Rumble. Evelyn's going to get into the scuffle. No need to help her because why would I try to do that? I'm not tanky. I don't have armor. There's no point doing anything that doesn't benefit you in this game. If you can help a teammate with no problems, then hell yeah, just do it. Has to be really careful approaching Teemo because he is really strong now. He's got the Leandries. Those shrooms are gonna hurt a fuck ton. As I said, I'm getting Abyssal Mask this game. Abyssal Mask is a great item on Kassadin. At least in our playstyle, the tanky playstyle, because you are gaining more magic damage on your mana fart, percentage damage. That's really nice. By mana fart, I mean your rift walk, and it's just good stats, health, magic resist. Good, that's good and tanky, and more mana. More mana is more fuel. More fuel is a better engine. Better engine is running people over easier. Have some cheeky shit with Teemo there. Warn Evelyn not to stand on the things. We go by. Udyr support comes in, we get a pick on Lee Sin. He didn't see that one coming, if you catch my drift. Rumble lays a good ult down, and that's going to clean up the other two. This is why Rumble's ult is really fucking good. And the annoying mushroom means, with Leandries, means it takes forever to recall. We get a Sheen, finally. Now at this point, what I've been doing more recently is taking Iceborne Gauntlet first item, normally against some kind of AD or whatever, and then going straight manamune, because that will get a much faster Muramana, and as I say in every Kassadin video, Muramana is like the greatest power spike of anything. But it's not too bad. I am slightly slowing down my manamune, but that's not really a problem because I'm kind of prohibited against this by this Teemo anyway. It's not like I could be able to auto attack my minions that often. Bit of BM on Lee Sin, who can't see. And then it becomes a bit of a mid lane fuck around. I've got to be an absolute pussy in the early game, that's so late game I can just completely and utterly stomp them. You'll see Jin just die a lot. Sure, he's died already plenty, but oh well. I just kind of show them my presence, let them know I mean business, and that's, I guess that's enough contribution for my team. You go towards Jax to fuck him up. Gotta be wary of Counter Strike, don't want to put my W in that. Catch my drift. After that it's just mana fart and hoping to god Evelyn can do some fucking damage. And just a little kill steal. She didn't have to ult. I didn't have to ult. But it's okay for the main character of this replay to get the kill. We've got 2 parts of an Iceborne Gauntlet. Iceborne Gauntlet is really good because it means that it's much easier for you to take on, important priority targets like the AD carry. You get to chase people more. It gives really good stats for tankiness and utility. Juke this, Jin ult. Wow. Anyway, the early game is really fucking boring. Well, this is approaching mid game now. We're over halfway through the game, but it's more over just kind of getting what you can because not much is available right now. The lane against team has really fucked me over, but we get some AoE mana farts in. We get a Thunderlord's proc on Jax, that's enough to take him out. And then just Sheen. Just pure Sheen. And, oh, with mana ratio. Is enough to take out the Jin there, along with the help of my 2 allies. It also would help if I had Mercury Treads earlier to deal with Teemo's blinds, but oh well. I asked to get this, but Evelyn decides to kill herself first. That's a common theme throughout the game. Well, I'm sure that's okay. Just adjusting the pop filter. There's a pickaxe pick up, and I'm just going to farm the top lane, maybe kill Jin, because I've got my Iceborne Gauntlet. But the main goal here is to get more gold so I can finish Manamune, which is going to get him much faster. More mana. More mana farts there. Let's check my tier. 692 out of 750. That's so much faster than what I was used to before on just tier. I'd normally get Muramana by like 30 minutes or even later. I don't know. I don't really keep count anymore. But I've gotten Muramana as early as like 20 minutes or 22 minutes on smoother games. Obviously, this isn't a smooth game because the Teemo lane was just awful. Anyway, we go through more stuff. We've got a Manamune now. Manamune is also a power spike because you get some good AD. Never mind, we have a Muramana now. So the next time I see someone, they're just going to die. I got really... Yeah. That was an example of a screw up. Let's zoom in on that in case you want to play AD Kassadin so you don't make this mistake. Okay. So this is sped up. That's normal speed. Now I'm going to slow it down. I want you to see what happens. Okay. Oh. Auto attack. W. Cancelled with Q. That's not how you're supposed to do an auto attack reset, my friends. You're supposed to do auto attack then W. I did auto attack, almost did W, but pressed Q instead. Yes, it still killed him, but one, I missed my mana reset. I didn't get the mana back from W, which would allow for even more ults, and if that was a proper team fight, that would be a massive setback for me. Moreover, it wasn't very smooth. I know that he moved away, but I don't even think I used my E there. So that would have been a lot smoother if I didn't cancel that. And I've been doing that quite a few times actually because I haven't played Kassadin in a while, I suppose. And that's what I mean by I had to go back and like practice the simple R, auto attack and then W reset combo in a way that I don't cancel it with my Q. I get cocky, but this is a Teemo I'm fighting, and that's a massive freaking problem for me because he blinds me, and if you blind me, then I can't use my W, I can't use my auto attacks, I can't use my Muramana. So almost like 90% of my damage is just gone against that Teemo. So that was a dumb decision, but as I said at the start, we all make mistakes. This is just a normal game. It's just a game. So anyway, we just dived forward. That was a bit too fast. Let's go through again. So we see a fight going on. Evelyn's going to get really salty because after she dies, she'll see I'm in the area and assume I wasn't helping. I go in on Jax. I get some burst off before his counter-strike. Counter-strike comes up. I go in on Teemo and I'm able to get a kill on him before he's able to blind me. Maybe it was on CER. But that's not enough because, let's be honest, 1v3 is kind of fucking stupid. But mistakes happen, don't they? So not going to defend myself there. It's pretty dumb. We've still got the kill advantage and that means something. We still have our power spike and that's really great against the squishies. Against someone like an ulting Jax, it becomes a bit more of a problem. Because he's got all those free resistance stats. Jin gets a triple kill, good on him. And I'm doing a thing, I'm just split pushing, and my team decides to die, Evelyn starts to flame me, like, Kassadin, why are you never in a team fight? And that's because there never is a team fight, is there? I wanna show this properly. So here's a good show of power. Bard comes in, he goes for the Q, completely fails, he goes for the ult. I try to ult out of it doesn't help, but that was just a good Zonia's from my ult cooldown, and there's plenty of stuns going around there, but you can see how quickly I burst them. He tries to redemption. That's not enough. I take the double kill. And after that, that's a smooth time to recall and get another Glacial Shroud to go into Frozen Heart. Frozen Heart is great. It's another 20% CDR. That with Iceborne Gauntlet, that's 45% with Mastery. And that gives you that 1 second cooldown Rift Walk at level 16, which is such a huge burst of power. The rest of the game goes as you might expect. I go around the side so I can get a better shot at people, but my team's kind of already dealt with it. That's not going to stop me from just using that 1 second ult cooldown. Mind you, that's an 800 cost on that Rift Walk, but it's reduced, I believe, by the Catalyst passive on Abyssal Mask. And also, I've got like 3,500 mana or something like that with those items. Now, Teemo is behind us. He's pretty strong. I go in and kind of die to DFT, but hey, at least I went down with a smile. And that was just kind of a greed of overextending. To say my head was totally in this game would be a lie. That said, I'm not making excuses. Varus flashes over. Udyr does that thing where they wait for them to approach the plant. I never see the point in that. You're just allowing them to catch up. In any case, what happens there happens. Yeah, you see it there. Teemo gets a double kill. Whatever. But I'm alive, and that's the good part, right? At this point, I'm starting to think, let's stop screwing around. Let's just kill some people, and let's win a few games. Jhin, of course, overextended. Anywhere that isn't his base is overextending for him, so I just take him out. I also decided to go in on Lee Sin here, punches me away. But we get some more burst there out of me and Evelyn. Bard, and I think that's Jax come in. Well, I'm a bit too slippery in with that much mana and that much ult. Teemo gets a kill, and that's a quick W to kill him. We get some Liandry's damage on me. I've got quite a bit of magic resistance, but it's obviously it's still going to shred your health with that many dots and that much magic pen. Both junglers dead. That's an opportunity for us to take this, since we're advantaged in any team fight that might occur. That's an Elder. We also want to get a Baron, but I decided to push bot first. If I need to, I can use TP because I've got that. I can see me pinging that in the chat. It's okay for me to just waltz over there with my ults. And now I zoom around to the side because I know the enemy team knows we're here. They've seen it, they've seen us move over there, so I tried to damage Lee Sin. I tried to get him the fuck out of the fight. He's the one with the smite, he's a priority target. Basically, with this build, at the end of the game, you can 1v1 basically anyone outside of overly stacked Nasus and fucking Tristana with GA and all that shit. Otherwise, you can take on basically anyone. Especially whoever you've teched against. Like, I've got so much armor now, I can deal with anyone. And I've got so much magic resist, I could deal with Teemo even as well. The game was a bit, how can I say, underwhelming. You get to see some potential. There was a 1v2, you get to see annihilating a Jhin. Sure, that's nothing new for Kassadin, even AP Kassadin can do that. But one thing that is pretty funny, if I can find it, is when you see this Jhin pick. That's alright, we're not done yet. In fact, let's put it in his vision. On this Jhin pick, you'll be able to see how little damage I take. I think my sound's a bit glitched there. Yeah, do it. How much damage is Kassadin taking? None at all. If you're AP Kassadin, you'd have a bit less. Sure, you'd kill him faster as well, which is a thing. But what if he had a support peeling him, you know? This kind of thing. The sound is glitched in this, but it's okay. It's just a commentary. You should be listening to my voice, not the sounds in game. Anyway. That was the end of that game. Don't worry, that one, it wasn't the best, but there's more to come. More games will happen, and I'm thinking about recording some live as they happen So we get a bit more of a interactive, kind of in-depth commentary from the kind of thought process of playing the game and playing AD Kassadin. There's probably going to be some fresh games coming up. Yes, a Kassadin guide is also coming out, but that's going to be in Season 8. More on that, well, in whatever intro clip I throw at the start of this video, which I'll record in probably now. Alright, so if you liked that, please give it a like. What would you like to know about AD Kassadin? Please put it below. If you've got any questions or disputes, if you want to really question its viability, go right ahead. Good luck in your games. Have fun playing anything off meta if you do. Remember, League is just a game, and I'll see you next time.